And dandy. Okay, here we go. Hello everyone and welcome back to another FFA replay cast by me, Thendis32. Now you guys might be a little bit angry at me. Yes, it has been a very long time since I've done a FFA cast. I'm so sorry, but I've been having some pretty good solo career opportunities, but I'm not forgetting you guys, you FFA viewers out there. I still got the love for you. Still there. So I mess with the sound. I always do that. But let's just get right down to this. This is my 8th FFA cast since becoming the FML caster, and let's get down to it. Spawning as the light blue human, we have Alcash. And spawning as the yellow night elf, it is Zagger. Spawning as the purple human, Hate and Despair. That sounds like a very happy, cheery name. And spawning as the gray human, the one, the only, it is Junkerzam. Another well-known name in my FFA casts. And spawning as the dark green night elf, looks like we got a new name in here. It is Gradient. It's always nice to see new names in my games. And spawning as the brown human, we have HUD. Spawning as the pink night elf, we have J33. And last but not least, spawning as the teal orc, we have Sweet. So this is a 8-way FFA on Market Square. For those of you not familiar, Market Square is in the 4v4 map pool. So if you ever played masked like 4v4 ladder back in your BattleNet days, then this is definitely a well-known map to you. It's actually a very popular map for free-for-all, as I think most of my FFA casts in total have been on this map. So let me just do a quick rundown of the map. We got 4 red spots in the corners, protected by the Dark Wizards, who drop a pretty nice super duper item. We also have 4 red spots in an X formation behind the Goblin Merchants. This one's protected by the Bandit Lords. And what other red spots we have? We of course have the red spot in the middle with a health and mana fountain, and this one's also protected by the Dark Wizard. So plenty of chances to get super duper items on this map. One most notable super duper item on this map is of course the Infernal Stone, which allows players to summon a frickin' Infernal. I mean, it doesn't really get much cooler than that. Now for those of you new to FFA, this is a much different playstyle than you would see in solo. In FFA it's more economy based, working with people who may backstab you at any time. So economy people, so you tend to see a lot of bigger high tier armies, a lot of 80 food armies. You tend to see a lot of expansions and very high level heroes. So yeah, a lot of different things in FFA. If you're new to this, I'm glad you chose me to be your FFA caster, and I will try my best to explain things. Even I still have a lot to learn about this matchup. Now, Zagger, playing a very nice early game, decides to pull back the creeps of the Merc camp, pick himself up an Assassin, who has a little poison effect, does damage over time. Meanwhile, J33 going a lot into archers, taking up the tier 2. HUD still at tier 1, but it looks like he is pulling militia here. And it looks like he's going to try for early attack here on Gradient, who went for double Ancients of War archer play. So I don't really think Gradient has much to work with here. On the other side, Zagger keeping up the pressure on Alcash. Alcash a little upset. He's a chill dude outside the games, but inside the games Alcash can be a little bit salty. Alright, Gradient not really microing his archers here, having himself a tough little time. Level 2 in the Archmage here, and he actually went for a Goblin Tinker as his first tier choice. Meanwhile, over here, Hate and Despair with a Dark Ranger of his own, keeping up the pressure. Did see that Junkerzam cleared this out and knows that an expansion will be there. Alright, level 2 in the Goblin Tinker for Gradient. HUD, meanwhile, starting towers with his peasants. This is a bad spot for Gradient to be. Meanwhile, over here, Sweet, Blade Master, and Grunts gonna try to creep out this expansion and build himself a great haul. And Hate and Despair is well going for a expansion. Like I said, economy is pretty key here. And if HUD manages to kill Gradient and clear him out, he can just take Gradient's base as his own. But so far, Gradient, with a decent archer count, did uproot both his Ancients of War. Goblin Tinker, Pocket Factory doing very nice dealing with the peasants. We do have one guard tower about halfway done. Junkazam continuing to creep out. His town hall is almost finished with those defensive towers. And this game just starts off very early with very early pressure from HUD here. But so far, it looks like Gradient's actually should be able to hold this. Although Gradient's going to be really behind on tech. Same with HUD. HUD's still committing. He's even pulling more militia into this. Alright, on the other hand, we have Zagger pushing into Ajik. Ajik was nearby to defend. He did tech up, and he really doesn't have much in the way of units. Neither does Zagger. 2 Huntresses should not be enough to break this. Alright, over here, the guard towers are starting to finish. The Archmage needs to be pretty careful at 55 health. Ancients War Uprooter doing some nice bit of damage. Wisp being pulled. More Wisps obviously being built. And everywhere else on the map, players are creeping again. Their expansion's done, and HUD actually lost his Archmage. Oh, so I think Gradient will be able to hold. A lot of Whisper pulled. So many resources for Gradient. But he can't really afford to tech, because you never know if he'll need to build more Wisps. Alright, Zagger on the other hand, keeping the pressure. The Entangled Root ability of the Keeper of the Grove. Very nice at picking away footmen, especially since more Huntresses are being built away and a tech to tier 2. So things looking nice for Zagger. Just still keeping his pressure here. Alcash trying to buy time. Guard towers do extra damage to Huntresses. Piercing damage, very nice. Only 2 peasants here to repair, though. I don't think he'll be keeping that tower. Might be forced to cancel it. I don't know. It actually finishes. Zagger decided to stop attacking it. And what's going on over here? It looks like Gradient finally pushed away HUD for now. So what is HUD's game plan? He committed a lot into that attack. He's resurrecting his Archmage at the altar. He still doesn't have a tech horn expansion. Gradient, on the other hand, neither does he. He's building Hunter's Hall, and I think he might try to commit into Huntresses and try to kill off HUD, who just now starts his tech to tier 2. Alright, Zagger looks like he's done attacking Alcash. Will he push into Hate and Despair's Expo? No, he's just hanging around. He doesn't want to make too many enemies, because I'm sure once Alcash gets an army up and running, he will attack Zagger. Alcash, on the other hand, has his Mountain King. Meanwhile, Shadowhunter, second hero choice for Sweet. Panda, second hero choice for J33. And Junkazam with a level 4 Mountain King. And he's going to try to secure himself a second expansion, which would bring him up to 3 base income, which could be pretty nice if he's able to hold it. On the other hand, though, if players see that Junkazam has this many bases this early on, they might try to attack him and get rid of him first. We're only 8 minutes into the game here, so that's still pretty early to have that many bases. Alright, Zagger clearing out this spot. Looks like he'll take Alcash's base. Alcash surrounded by expansions here, so he's going to have to clear out Zagger if he wants to get a base in his own. You never want to be on one base in FFA for too long. And J33 going to try to secure himself 3 bases as well. Sweet. It's not going to have much of that. It's already pulling peons. Not sure. Hey, mouse. Okay. Not sure if he saw this base. Okay, he knows nothing about it. Alright, HUD and Gradient. What do we see here? Gradient's now starting his tech. 8 minutes into the game. That's pretty late. Even getting some defensive Ancient Protectors. Still has that double Ancient of War. Starting to get some Huntresses going. So he's going to have a pretty good mass of tier 1 elf. Whereas HUD, almost to tier 2. Getting some defensive towers. He doesn't have many units. He's really trying to hope he can survive to tier 2 and get his army going. Okay, on the other hand here, Alcash immediately canceling Zagger's Expos. He pulled militia to it. And it looks like he will be able to secure that for himself. On the other hand, we have Sweet pushing in the J33. J33 with a pretty nice base layout, making it very hard for Sweet to push into that. Blade Master's going to reveal stuff on the Talon. We'll get one down. But yeah, I think J33 with a very nice base layout to push away Sweet for now.
A town is under siege.
And keep in mind, in big micro fights, if Sweet might seem like he's doing bad, chances are he has really high ping. He is from Australia. The internet's not that great over there. Alright, and HUD getting creep-jacked by Gradient here. HUD just taking a lot of damage. Gradient out for vengeance here. Are even using the pocket rockets here. Was only level... Actually, should have been level 2. And HUD actually forced the TP away. Difference between casting solo and casting FFA. In solo, you really only have to focus on one thing. In FFA, my eyes would never stop moving from the minimap. Because I've been known to cast a lot of multiple fights at once. Oh, Outcash trying to creep out the red. Sweet already pulling the Bandit Lord. And Outcash gonna back off, so Sweet should be able to get this red camp as soon as that Divine Shield wears off. Surprised Outcash lets him creep it. I mean, he saw Sweet pull him back. J33 with the Hippogriff, scouting about, sees Sweet's expansion here. And J33 actually canceled his base up here. Not sure what that was about. I think Sweet might have canceled it. Alright, on the other hand, we have Hate and Despair attacking into Junkerzam. Junkerzam crept a red, getting an Infernal Stone. Meanwhile, over here, we have Outcash pushing into Zagger. He does lose his Panda. Level 3 on Outcash's Archmage. What's going on over here? Junkerzam's Inferno, very nice. The Blizzard coming in, killing quite a bit, disrupting the mining of Junkerzam. Alright, Outcash pushing right on in. Not sure if Zagger really has much to defend with. Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove does force him to TP out. Over here we have J33 pushing into Sweet space. Sweet just pulling all of his peons away, not taking that fight. He's actually going to try to force the TP over in J33 space, try to get him away from his expansion. Hate and Despair even using the Furbolg also summon with the Stomp ability. Junkerzam forced the TP away with his Mountain King. Bloodmage taking a lot of damage. What's going on over here? Outcash building a bunch of towers into Zagger's main. Level 3 on the Mountain King here. And Zagger has nothing to defend with. Will leave. Alright, Sweet trying to push in. J33 did not TP. I don't even think he had a TP. No, he didn't. But he did not kill the Great Hall. So Sweet actually keeping his expansion up and alive is very nice. Alright, Hate and Despair's Archmage getting chased down. Does that Mountain King have a Stormbolt? No, he does not. But the Siphon Mana giving him enough mana to give him one, and the Archmage goes down. Oh, Bloodmage for the win. Okay, so that was a nice little bit of what I was telling you about. A lot of different fights. I tried my best. J33 on the other end, getting some vengeance. Gonna attack into Sweet space. Healing Wave going down the Raiders. But the Entangle Roots is too strong. Will go down. Plenty of skeletal minions here from that Dark Ranger's Black Arrow. Alright, another Entangle Roots going on to the Grunts. There is a defensive tower for Sweet, and of course the Burrows, so plenty of static defense for Sweet here. Alright, Drunken Ace going down from J33's Panda as he's ensnared and surrounded. No staff preservation, no nothing. That Panda will die here. Giving level 4 to Sweet's Blade Master. What do we see over here? We see HUD creeping out an expansion here, but Gradient is nearby and might try to get a creep jack from this. Meanwhile, J33 does TP out. What do we see over here? Junkerzam getting some revenge here, pushing into Hate and Despair space. Both of his heroes are in the altar here, trying to get him back. Stormbolt onto the Dragonhawk here. Junkerzam has to be pretty careful with that Mountain King. He does have a TP should things get bad. Dark Ranger is back out into the brawl. Meanwhile, the Creepjack over here looking pretty bad for HUD. Gradient just slicing through those footmen. We even see a Naga as the third or second hero, one or the other. Oh, but HUD. Okay, second hero. The Panda was HUD's. That was a brain fart here. Alright, Hate and Despair pushing in. Silence onto the Mountain King. Sweet, on the other hand, pushing into J33's base as well. So much action going on here. Kodo gonna get himself an Archer for a snack. And the Keeper of the Grove getting surrounded and caught. Sucking on Moomo Juice. Will the TP go off in time? No, it does not. Keeper of the Grove does go down. Junkerzam continuing the pressure here, but he is finally gonna TP away. We do see the Paladin as the third hero choice for Junker. So no Archmage, no mass teleportation later on in the game. Outcash pretty much has his cornered map, has plenty of towers, waiting for resources to build a town hall. Alright, over here, more healing waves going down from the Shadow Hunters. Sweet with just a higher tier army. J33 does not really have much to defend with. He has 2 Moonmells worth of juice. Is that Panda stuck? I don't even know if the Panda's stuck, but he sure is not being used right at the moment. Alright, more ensnares hitting the talons. More fairy fires going off. Even the fairy dragon getting ensnared and killed off. Oh, that was a beautiful crit. Okay, the panda was not stuck. Breath of fire going down. We'll get a raider for his problems. Oh, and the Kodo just finishing his archer's snack. He is hungry for more. But J33 not having the best of times here. Fairy dragon will go down. More disenchants. We even see some wyverns here. Wyvern's very high damage dealing units. Blade Master using Windwalk. J33 having a horrible time. Did get one Ancient Protector up. We do see a defensive Shim here, but Shims do not attack air units, so the Wyverns are able to snipe them down, especially when the Blade Master has that Lightning Orb. Alright, Breath of Fire got another Raider. Level 3 on the Panda. J33 trying to make the hold of his life. Meanwhile, HUD crept out the Super Duper camp, getting creep jacked again. The Super Duper item was not crept. Wait, was it? What was that item? Oh, Ring of Protection +5. Very bad. Oh, and the Pocket Rocket stunning the Panda, forcing him to use the Invulnerability Potion. Alright, more healing waves going down from the Shadow Hunter. J33 just losing his production. His main base is Raggedy, and the Panda goes down. Level 5 on the Blade Master. Alright, to keep the growth is back out. J33, he's basically feeding Sweet at this point, giving him the higher level heroes. I mean, he has an expansion over here, but what else is there for him? Alright, HUD
Players'
TP
are under attack.
I don't know what. Gradient is taking the space over here, so Gradient's starting to catch up. He's still a tier 2 though. Might want to get tier 3. But he is going for a Hippogriff Rider army comps. Not often I get to see that. Wisp is selling. Dark Ranger goes down. J33 down to 31 supply versus Sweet's 60.
A town is under siege.
Sweet well into that upkeep. Alright, Junkazam with the tank in hand, has the Spellbreakers, has the casters, is going to try to push into Hate and Despair space yet again. Siphon Mana going down, stealing away the mana from the Dark Ranger, Blizzard going down from the Archmage. Spellbreakers are immune to magic damage though, so the Blizzard really only affects the casters. Alright, Holy Light going down onto the Assassin. Hate and Despair trying to find a good base. Dark Ranger does get Storm Bolted and Flame Strike. Gonna use the Invulnerability Potion. Hate and Despair pulling away Militia. Meanwhile, in the fight over here, J33 losing everything. Keeper the Grove does die again. Alright, there's tanks here with the anti-air upgrades. Hate and Despair has to be careful with those Dragon Hawks. Paladin is getting focused down quite hard. He is level 2 though. Does he have Divine Shield? He gets silenced from the Dark Ranger, so he will go down, but at the same time, Dark Ranger goes down as well. Hate and Despair getting level 4 in his Archmage. Junkazam going to TP away, and this gives Hate and Despair some well-needed breathing room. He needs to start pumping out units, get what he can. What's going on over here? Sweet with the Tarn Chieftain now hand and a tiny Great Hall. He's ready to steal J33's base. J33 trying to rebuild. Alter now getting focused down. Cancels his heroes. Maybe he'll try to get him in a neutral hero tavern. Oh, even the Hippogriff's getting caught out by HUD's Air Force here. And it looks like HUD finally on the offensive after having such a tough time with Gradient. Gonna try to kill the expansion. Even gonna tower. Does Gradient TP? I don't even know where Gradient is at. He's not in his main.
A player's force is
He's in the middle and he is TPing in. Alright, let's see what he does here. Meanwhile, Hate and Despair harassing away at Junker's expansion. Does force Junker the TP in. Stormbolt onto the Archmage here. This might not have been good. TP! Okay. That was close. Hate and Despair TPs away. We got the fight here. The Hippogriff Riders do unmount, allowing them to turn back into Hippogriffs. So they are doing nice anti-air damage here. Archmage for HUD needs to be pretty careful. And it looks like Gradient does win the air battle, and HUD might lose his Panda. Just gets level 3. Nice boost of health, but he will go down. Level 4 in the Naga for Gradient. And HUD just picked the wrong elf to piss off early on in the game. Alright, Sweet. Still just tagging away. All of his units are so low and raggedy. I didn't even notice, but the Mask of Death on the Naga, that's sexy. Every attack she does, she gets a little bit of health back. Oh, that blade was so close. This forced to use a Windwalk. Sweet even building a War Mill here. And J33 actually staying alive. Just barely. Okay, we're having a fight here. Junkazam pushing back into Hate and Despair's base. This time, Hate and Despair with a little bit stronger army. Tanks going in, trying to kill the Arcane Sanctum. We do have mortars who do siege damage, so it does very nice damage. Silence of the Dark Ranger actually denies that Flame Strike going down here. Staff of Sanctuary being used by the Mountain King. And Naga needs to be pretty careful. There's really not much here to fight away these Dragonhawks, as they are focusing down the sorceresses one by one. It looks like Junkazam is forced to back off again. Hate and Despair doing a nice job. The Paladin needs to be careful. He has no mana. Oh, God. Oh, okay. The Paladin goes down yet again, giving level 5 to the Dark Ranger, Hate and Despair. And Junkazam going to have to go back on the defensive. Sweet. This fight's been going on for at least 7 minutes, but I think he finally will be able to kill the Tree of Eternity and put down his Great Hall. Our healing was going down. We haven't seen much out of Outcash lately. What's he been doing? He's banking at that 50 supply. We do see an invisible Mountain King out of him. That's going to be nice. On Hate and Despair, using the range advantage of the mortars, does disrupt the mining from Junkazam. Lucky for him, he did get that third base up, so at least he's still mining somewhat. The main gold mines about 6k gold, so a good chunk left in them still. And J33 trying to get all 3 of his heroes back at his expansion. Sweet, managing to kill off the base. Does leave a raider there with pillage, so we'll be able to get resources back. And the Tiny Great Hall builds very quick, so just secured himself a 4th base actually. So Sweet rolling in the bank. Alright, Hate and Despair pushing into Junker's expansion. I don't believe Junker will TP to defend. He's at 77 supply versus Hate and Despair's 70. Okay, Hate and Despair actually TPing away. Junkazam did attack him from behind. J33 announcing that he is dead, so that should let players know someone is a little bit strong. Ah. It's okay, so he did throw out Sweet's name there, so players might know it's like, maybe Sweet's a little strong here. Maybe I should start worrying about this pesky orc. In fact, he's the only orc in the game now that I think about it. And J33's expansion just got found, so I think that's pretty GG for him, unless he wants to hide a building. Because the way Warcraft 3 works, when all of your buildings die, you are evicted. Alright, Junkazam back on the aggressive here. He is at level 6, so the Mountain King using his avatar form for Cosmodon, he says. Alright, silence going down from the Dark Ranger, but the Mountain King is spell immune here in avatar form. Stormbolt being used onto Hate and Despair's Mountain King, but the Staff Sanctuary does not take him far. Will take him down. Alright, Blizzard going down from the Archmage of Hate and Despair. Meanwhile, Gradient and HUD having themselves a brawl here, but Gradient with just the anti-air advantage here does take away a lot. We do see the level 6 Tinker out of him going into the Mecha Goblin, and Hate and Despair losing both his heroes just down to his Archmage. Alright, more Siphon mana. Long range bolt getting the Archmage, and he will be getting focused down. Alright, HUD into defensive. He has some defensive towers here. Gradient going back into Hippogriff Rider form, trying to deal with it. And J33 actually hiding a Tree of Life up into Alcash's expansion at Sager's old main. That's very funny. There's the level 6 Tinker. Take it in, boys. The Mecha Goblin is actually very strong in FFA. Alright, more Flame Strikes going down. 2 Griffins trying to focus down the Blood Mage of Junkazam. But Hate and Despair does not have much here. Trying to resurrect his heroes at the altars. Just trying to pump out units here. But Griffins do magic damage. They can't attack all these Spellbreakers. Alright, Stormbolt onto Junkazam's Paladin. He is going to use Divine Shield. Oh, Tank's Pop Shot and the Gyros. Flame Strike going down. Hit all Hate and Despair's mining peasants. Only one survives from this. Alright, Gradient pushing in. All the Hippogriff Riders do plenty of damage to just snipe away at these towers. HUD pulling Militia, trying to do what he can. He's still building Griffins. He doesn't realize that air is not the answer here. For all you human players out there, Griffins are strong, yes, but they're not always the answer. Oh, Rocket's getting everything. HUD just getting shredded here. Nothing it can do about Gradient's air army here. Hippogriff Riders work kind of like Wyverns. They're very nice at sniping away heroes. Archmage goes down. Level 7 on the Goblin Tinker. Level 6 on the Naga. Okay, Junkazam pulling some tanks here, attacking away at Hate and Despair's Town Hall, which is not being repaired actually, and will go down. No repair, and there goes. Alright, so looks like HUD is going down. Sweet secured himself some bases here. Sweet. Looks like he's gonna make a little bit of a peace agreement with Alcash for now. Hate and Despair calling GG as Junkazam has full range in his main. He's even killing his own building so he can observe the rest of the game. So that basically means we are down to 4 players, unless you want to count J33 still. But basically we're down to 4 main players. Gradient, Junkazam, Alcash, and Sweet. And right now I would say Sweet's looking like the top dog. He has the most bases here. He may not be the biggest in army. He's probably banking at 50. Yes, he is. So he's not getting taxed for the gold he is mining. That also means we're down to 2 humans, an elf, and a orc. And what is this, the last super duper item on the map? Yes, it is. Let us see what this super duper item is going to be. The last of the game. Not even sure what the other one was, Sweet Mine. I think it's on his Tarn Chieftain. Healing wave's going down. No. Huh. And the last super duper item is eventually Claws of Attack plus 15. That's going to be a very nice item for that blade. HUD basically announcing Gradient killed him, but he wants all of his buildings to die so he can observe the game. LOL. Healing wave going down. But yeah, Junkazam killing all of his buildings too. What is J33 doing? What is he doing? He managed to get 1 tree of life up. Not even sure if Alcash sees this. Okay, so he does see this. And he did secure himself another gold mine. So, theoretically, I believe that's the word, he can rebuild. It's just going to take him a long time to get back up to tier 3. Get all of his production back. But if he's left alone, he can do this. There's always a chance Sweet will notice that he did re-expand. HUD looking very upset with himself. Oh, I believe Sweet just saw him. So J33 sadly won't be able to keep this. I mean, his tree of life's up here. Not really much he can do with it, but it is keeping him in the game. I just don't GG. That's why, man. He just does not GG. Alright, so this is kind of more of a calm moment compared. Everyone's starting to get their solos done, starting to kill the people around them. We're gonna start to get to that point where players start banking on gold. They gotta figure out when they're banking. Maybe they'll make alliances. Right now, I do believe that Sweet and Alcash still has a little bit of a peace agreement going on. So yeah, just a little bit of a calmness before the storm. And I like Alcash's invisible MK. Visibility, whether it's the potion or the sorceress spell, lasts quite a long time. Rude? Oh yeah, I can't see the chat log. Or can I? No, I can't.
A player's forces are under attack.
Sometimes it's fun to read the chat in FFA Cast. Players get salty as hell. Like, they'll get angry. Okay, will we see a fight between Junker and Sweets?
Town is under siege.
No, looks like they're gonna remain peaceful to each other, not do anything.
A player's forces are under attack.
Sweet, though, with his witch doctors and taking that fountain control, is able to mana up, health up, and with the witch doctors, very important thing in FFA is, of course, map vision. So we can just spread the doctors around, spread his wards around, can see who's fighting who's looking strong, who's weak, you know, all that good stuff that's definitely important in FFA. And he's starting to get them shaman masked up, of course, for their awesome bloodlust. Okay, Gradient and Sweet gonna attack away. Healing wards going down, bloodlust going down as well. Gradient with the bigger army though. Steven gonna use the protection scroll. Fort Lightning going in from the Naga. Alright, nice stomp by the TC. Does hit all the Huntresses. Even the Roar Scroll being used by Sweet. Another Pocket Factory. Hippogriffs trying to chase down the Wyverns. Keeping the Grove, getting sniped with that 282 crit. Oh, and the Naga. Okay, she does use Invulnerability Potion. Blade Master getting level 6. Will we see Blade Storm? Oh, Gradient TPing out. Sweet having a very nice fight.
A player's forces are under attack.
And that's very true. Outcash is actually starting to run out of gold, but there's a free mine over here for him to expand. Junker Sam took all of Hate and Despair's old bases. And J33 actually finding a base with a decent amount of gold, but it's revealed. Who revealed it? Ah, probably Outcash. One of the humans with their reveal ability on their Arcane Tower. Soon HUD will be able to observe the game. He's down to just that workshop. Alright, healing is going down. It looks like Junkerzam chasing Sweet down. Does Sweet have what it takes? It would be 68 supply versus 80. Sweet throwing out the question mark is like, what the hell are you doing, man? Alright, healing wave going down on the Tarn Chieftain. Another long range Stormbolt, and that TC is very low. Is killed before he could TP off.
Player's forces are
Junkerzam continuing away. Stormbolt onto the Kodo. More mana being given to the Mountain King. That Kodo Beast will go down. Level 6 on the Blood Mage. Looks like we'll be seeing some Phoenix action this game as well. Alright, now Tank's attacking away. Sweet, not sure if he'll be able to keep this base up. He's trying to get some towers, but it looks like they're being canceled, and the Great Hall will go down.
player's forces are under attack.
Junkerzam making Sweet just a little bit upset. J33 trying to secure base, but Junkerzam bringing some peasants over. Probably going to get some towers up, so I don't think J33 is going to be able to keep that base. Sweet's very upset. I don't want clowns in this game. Like, what you mean? Who's the clown here? He's technically doing what FFA is supposed to be, beating everyone else in the game. And right now he's chasing down Sweet. Sweet trying to mass up an army. He broke into that high upkeep really fast. 81 supply. Alright, there's plenty of Wyverns here. Focus down the Wyverns for Cosmodon, says the Mountain King. Flame Strike, Thunderclap being used. Lots of AoE damage going down. Bloodlust going down as well. Stormbolt onto the Shadow Hunter. Mana being drained. He does get one last healing wave out. Alright, Blade Master up in the thick of things. Alright, Shadow Hunter gonna use a mana pod just to get more healing waves, and Junker not having the best fight of his life. Blood Mage getting focused down pretty hard. Holy Light will go down onto him. Alright, Avatar still has a little bit of half his life left. Paladin getting focused down. The Paladin will use the Divine Shield. Alright, and Sweet just freaking roll stomp Junkerzam here. Phoenix coming out. Another Holy Light. Alright, more healing waves going down. It looks like Junkerzam will TP out. The Staff Sanctuary going down onto the Mountain King. And Junkerzam was fighting all that. Doesn't realize J33's expansion up here. Pretty sure I'll take care of that quickly. And another reveal. So this one I believe was by Outcash. Unless Sweet... Alright, there's There's not even a laboratory on this map, so unless he has crystal ball. Nah, no crystal ball. What is supplies and bank looking like? Junkerzam at a whopping 15 bank, 50 supply. Gradient at 5k bank, 50 supply. Sweet at 8k bank, 79 supply, and Alcash at 15k bank, 46 supply. So yeah, pretty much everyone but Sweet and Junkerzam were banking at that 50 food. Just trying to get every little bit of gold they can. They're preparing themselves for that super late game you tend to see in FFA. And J33 still hiding buildings. Sweet even see that? Okay, I'm not sure if you saw that. Sometimes the Warcraft 3 system likes to lie to people. So Sweet did say that Junkerzam would be next on his kill list, but it looks like he's gonna go to Gradient's expansion. And he decides to not do it, and yeah, so he's out for bloody murder. Even chasing down Junker's poor defenseless peasants. Junker's got to be making army out the wazoo. He's starting to get the tanks, get more casters going, getting the upgrades. Gyros, no more tanks. He really doesn't need to defend this base due to the fact there's no gold mine here. So Junkerzam's really not in a rush. Same with this one. Actually, Junkerzam's completely out of gold. He has no more mining bases. So that's pretty bad. So this 13k is all he's gonna have to work with, until he's able to secure another base. All the gold mines are starting to run low. Let's pause the replay and just check where everything is. Like who still has gold, who doesn't. Gradient still has about a total of 3k gold total. J33 actually has the most gold out of everyone with a whopping 11k out of both his mines. Alcash has 6k gold in this expansion. And Sweet has 4k gold with a possible 6k gold. Yeah, so we are starting to run out of gold. I think it's funny that the guy who's dead kind of has the most gold here. But J33, as he was trying to rebuild, is gonna have to cancel off his buildings. Sweet, looks like he is gonna kill that.
Under siege.
Oh, now Gradient attacking J33. J33's just getting screwed. As I said, all this good stuff about him, he's just going down. Oh. Okay, meanwhile we see Outcash on the move. Did he break that upkeep? He's at 80 food. He's got plenty of defensive towers. And Sentry Wards by Sweet do reveal Outcash is here, but supposedly these guys are piecing. Sweet, trying to find a good angle to push into Junkerzam's expansion. Oh, that Mountain King getting caught in a very bad spot. Gonna pop Avatar for him. Good thing he did. I think he would have gotten sniped with that in snares. And right now Junkerzam just trying to make the hold of his life. Breaking into that upkeep. 83 supply versus 88. Alright, healing waves going down. Storm bolts being thrown out. Blood Mage getting nothing. Alright, Blade Master up in here. I want to see Blade Storm at least once this game. Alright, Siphon Mana draining away all the mana from the Blade Master. Tanks attacking away at the Wyverns here. Flame Strike going down, hitting all of Sweet's casters here. Level 7 on the Blade. More healing waves going down. Thunderclap from the Mountain King, but the Avatar form is starting to run a bit low, but it doesn't matter. Sweet is going to TP out. So, very nice hold out of Junkerzam. Alright, Alcash over at Gradient's side of the map. Looks like he's gonna get some stuff done. What's Gradient's base looking like? Plenty of Ancient Protectors. And three tanks. There's like... Okay, there's 5 tanks. And we got the Blizzard, so Alcash can slowly siege this base away. Where is Gradient? He's gonna TP in. He doesn't really have much of an army. He probably should start making now. Probably don't want to bank up anymore. Oh, Junkerzam and Sweet fighting by the fountains here. This actually might be a huge mistake out of Junkerzam. Alright, Bats detonating away. Flame Strike going down. Thunderclap from the Mountain King. Oh, God. Oh, another stomp from the Tauren Chieftain. Blade Master going away. He's going to town, and Junkerzam gonna TP out. What do we see over here? Gradient just getting demolished here, trying to do what he can, but Outcast with the superior army at the moment. Oh, the Ancient Protectors are doing decentish damage to Outcast's tanks. Alright, Stat Preservation going down on the Polymorph Chimera. Holy Light onto the Mountain King. Alright, more Pocket Rockets going down from the Tinker. Staff Preservation onto the Huntress here. That Keeper to Grove's only level 2. He's not had the best games with that Keeper. Now the Keeper to Grove getting bolted. Thunderclapped in the Paladin being lost from Alcash. That means no more Holy Lights, more Pocket Rockets. The Mountain King's getting focused down. He will use his Greater Healing Potion. Over here, though, J33 really trying to secure this base, but Sweet keeps destroying it. J33 actually should have his heroes alive. He at least has the Dark Ranger, has an Invisibility Potion on her. Alright, Stormbolt onto the Naga, and Gradient gonna lose that level 6 Naga. Alright, Chim's trying to focus down away. Level 8 onto the Tinker. More Blizzard going down from the Archmage. And Outcash actually having a tough time. 63 supply. Those Ancient Protectors did a lot better for Gradient than I thought they would. Alright, what do we see? We do see the level 5 MK for Outcash as he TPs away. So, good hold by Gradient. He actually left with about the same army supply as Outcash.
A player's forces are under attack.
Alright, will we see another fight between Junker and Sweet? Ward's being put down. Spirit Link's going in. Sweet's preparing for this fight. For Cosmodon is 93 supply versus 84. Alright, here we go. Tanks attacking away. More Spirit Links. Mountain King getting pretty focused down. Will get Holy Lighted. Attacking away. Spellbreaker's going down. Holy Light onto the Griffins. Flame Strike going down. Hitting a lot of those casters. Doing so much damage here. And Sweet and Junker has just been so back and forth. Back and forth. One fight will go good for Sweet, the next fight for Junker. Alright, attacking away. More healing waves going in from the Shadow Hunter. Kodo getting focused down. Bats coming in, detonating on the Griffins. More Bloodlust going down, but the Spellbreakers are actually kind of stealing the Bloodlust here. Now the Blade focusing down. That Blade's at plus 38 damage. Holy shit, let's take a moment to see this. Oh my god. 360 critical strike. Holy Light onto the Spellbreaker. Okay, maybe this fight's not going good for Junker. Shadow Hunter did get bolted. Healing Wave is going to keep him alive. Alright, Siphon Mana going in. Just trying to give the Mountain King every little bit of mana he can. He's trying to get that snipe. Holy Light onto the Mountain King. Stormbolt going to be used onto the Tauren Chieftain. Alright, Steph's Sanctuary being used on what I believe was the Spellbreaker. And the Tauren Chieftain still getting focused down. How much mana is on that MK? Not enough, but Sweet not going to risk it. Gonna use the Invulnerability Potion. Another Holy Light onto the Mountain King. Alright, Blood Mage has to be pretty careful here. Tanks tacking away at the Wyverns. Holy Light onto the Blood Mage. What do we see over here? We see Outcast attacking into Gradient. Gradient picking the worst spot to fight in. His back's in the corner here. Does he have a TP? He does. Might want to use it if I was him. Alright, Outcast Paladin getting level 2. Finally able to use Divine Shield. Alright, more Pocket Rockets going down. Tanks just shredding through these Hippogriffs. Alright, now the Goblin Tinker getting pretty focused down. And Gradient shows one of the worst fights possible. Staff Preservation gonna save him, but the Stormbolt Thunderclap actually gets a Naga. Oh. And this space will be lost. Outcast quickly taking it. There's still 6k gold left in the mine. Oh my gosh, Sweet lost his Tarn. He lost his Tarn Chieftain. Oh, I totally missed that. Now Sweet running into Outcast. Sweet's caught between two humans here. Looks like he's gonna run away. Outcast. He really wants to finish off Gradient. Junkazam continuing to chase down Sweet. Right now it's currently 72 supply for Sweet at 5k bank versus 7k bank at 59 supply of Junkazam. Bolt even sniping off that Spirit Walker. Every unit counts here. Oh my god, J33 actually teched up to tier 3.
A town is under siege.
Hold on, does he have buildings? He's reproducing his heroes. I don't think he has buildings. His Darth Ranger is the only thing he has. Junkazam killing away bases is Sweet. Peons trying to run away. I don't think they will get very far. Alright. Outcast pushing in the Gradient space. Pocket Rockets being used by the Tinker. Bunch of slows coming in from the Sorceresses. And a lot of focus fire going down and onto the Tinker. More Pocket Rockets. Outcast has to be pretty careful with the Paladin. Will use the Divine Shield. Alright, more Holy Light coming in. Blizzard trying to get rid of all these Ancient Protectors. Tanks still attacking away. Griffins trying to get Micro back from these Hippogriffs. Alright, he's going down. Level 5 on the Mountain King for Outcast. Archmage very close to level 6. There it is. Now he has Mass Teleportation, making him very mobile. And Outcast actually never got an Archmage, so he'll never be able to get that. Oh my god, J33 Rebel, he's producing chims. He's been dead for like 30 minutes, but he's finally rebuilding. Outcast TPing out, trying to get what he can. Okay, engagement here between Junker and Sweet yet again. Alright, Tanks trying to attack away at the Wyverns. J33's Ancient of Winds like, fuck this shit, he's out, bruh. Oh wait, no, he's staying in the fight. This is technically a 3-way fight. Alright, he only going down. Stomp from the Tyrant Chieftain. That blade took a lot of damage. Gonna Windwalk away. His Ancient War's like, fuck this shit, bro. Oh god. Tyrant's going down. That Avatar Mountain King's so strong. Blade revealing himself. Is that a Resurrection Scroll? Okay, no, that was Mass Resurrection from the Paladin. Alright, Blademaster gonna try to Windwalk again. I don't believe that Junker has any way to reveal that blade. Alright, Siphon Mana going down, stealing all the mana from the Shadowhunter. Does have a mana pot though. Alright, Long Range Bolt does get denied with that Windwalk. Oh, very nice. And Blade does so much damage at plus 29. Alright, more Bloodlust going in. There's just so many Griffins that Sweet can't really deal with. He needs his Blademaster to focus him down with the Lightning Orb. But it looks like Sweet's gonna back off. Junkazam on the pursuit. Mountain King's got a bolt in him. He's gonna go down onto that Tarn Chieftain. The Tarn Chieftain does have a TP. He might want to use it. He's getting blocked up by the other Tarns very heavily. Alright, Staff Sanctuary being used on his Spellbreakers. Sweet, leaving some use behind. The Mountain King of Junker. Being pretty focused down. Hex will go down onto him. Siphon Mana being used. Holy Light onto him. Now the Blood Mage getting pretty focused down. But Junkazam finally TPing away. Oh my gosh. Outcast back in Gradient's main. Sieging away at the Moonwells. Gradient at 33 supply versus Outcast is 75.
Players' forces are under
And Mass Teleportation being used as he TPs in to defend his Expo. We do see Tornado being used by the Naga. Staff Preservation as well. And Gradient is gonna try to TP away. He actually used Staff of Teleportation, as the Mecha Goblin is, of course, immune to Stormbolts. Oh, okay, can I get a breather in? Woo! Maybe not. Another TP. He's going right back into things. Oh, Tinker getting focused down. He's gonna try to TP away, but where is he gonna TP to? Okay, he managed to walk that Tree of Life all the way over here. Gradient on the very last lifelines. Let's take a look at J33 for a second. What do you got? You got your Dark Ranger out. You got your Panda back out. You're producing more chims. You got a decent count of 4. You got any hippogriffs? Just the one, the scout. So yeah, J33 actually back into this. Finally getting his keeper to go back. He's out of gold though, so he's working with that 3K bank. He's even starting to get the upgrades. I told you, if you leave a player alone, they can and will rebuild. Level 4 in the Paladin. Alright, another mass teleportation. Very, very good spell in FFA for the human. Makes him highly mobile. And once all these buildings die, Gradient will be down to that lone tree of life. Alright, what do we see out of Sweet? Junker's Am back in for the brawl. Long range bolt gonna get that Shadow Hunter. Will the Shadow Hunter die? Escape focus down. Spirit Link's healing waves. Gonna keep him alive. Alright, Thunderclap, Flame Strikes coming in. But Cosmodon says that Mountain King. Alright, Thunderclap being used yet again. Flame Strike. Blade Master focusing down the Griffins with that Lightning Orb. There's the Blade Storm I was waiting for. Oh, doing nice damage to Junker Zam's ground units. Alright, here we go again. Something leveled up. I can't see it. Looks like the Mountain King just got level 9. But Sweet, he just can't deal with all these Griffins. He needs to get bats. Needs to get something here. Oh, and another Kudo going down. Here comes the bad-mannered, blaming it all on the balance, says Sweet.
A player's forces are under attack. The town is under siege.
It is all balance right here. That is the only reason Junker Zam won those fights, was balance. Kappa. Sweet losing another base. Let's take a pause here. We got Junker Zam at 4K bank, 75 supply with no mining bases. We have J33 at 54 supply, 3K bank. Alcash, 13K bank, 77 supply, and Sweet at 80 gold, 84 supply. So Alcash with the biggest supply bank here at the moment. Oh, and if you want to count Gradient, he's at 2K bank, 20 over 10 supply. So basically, we are down to 4. Junker Zam, Sweet, Alcash, and J33. Oh, long range bolt. Alcash on the hunt for the Naga. Thunderclap will get her. Oh, and the slow on the Tinker. It's allowing him to get focused down. And he will die. And that gave the level 7 on the Archmage for Alcash. Oh, okay. Junker Zam lingering around Sweet's main. Holy Light going down on the Priest. But the Sorceress... Oh, actually... Oh, nice Staff of Sanctuary. Saves her from that Wyvern spear to her head. Very violent, those Wyverns. Very violent. Well, I guess it's not really the Wyverns, it's the Riders. The Wyverns are peaceful creatures.
Player's forces are under attack.
Junker Zam still pushing away.
The town is under siege.
Alcash having a very hard time finding Gradient's hidden tree of life. Junker's like, you want to keep suiciding or peace? He gave Sweet the choice. What will he do? Alright, so Sweet's gonna take this piece, so I guess that means him and Junker Zam are gonna team up on Alcash, who actually has the last mining base on the map. 2,930 gold is all that's left in total. And right now it's controlled by Alcash, who actually has the biggest bank. So yeah, a lot of stuff going for Alcash here. Okay, quite a bit of pauses here. Let's not keep in mind, I'm pretty sure the other players forgot J33 was even a factor. Like, Even Gradient hiding a tree of life over here. But yeah, J33, although he's not the biggest threat at the moment, he's still a threat. He still has somewhat of a presence now. He's just remained very hidden. And Junkerzam using the Flame Strike, trying to slowly siege away at Alcash's main. Alcash probably should mass teleport in and get ready for his defense. There it is. Alright, more Flame Strikes going down. Blood Mage got hit with quite a few Arcane Tower shots. For those of you that don't know, when you get hit by an Arcane Tower, it does drain a little bit of mana out of you. So yeah, Sweet and Junker hanging together. Sweet only bringing his blade though. Here comes the rest of the army.
A player's forces are under attack.
J33 pretty much announced that Alcash had this base, and I love Sweet's response to this. He's like, "Wait, you have an expo?" And he just goes straight up beeline to this base. Let me get a moment to laugh at that. Like, holy crap, that's pretty good. Alright. Meanwhile, Junkerzam continuing to pressure away. Although he's attacking kind of unimportant bases. Really, you want to attack at Alcash's main where all the production buildings are. As he's producing an army. He's going into high upkeep, and he can damn well afford it too. He still has 12k bank. Alright, Alcash gonna try to fight in. Junkerzam with his back to a wall here. Does he have a TP? He does. Step Sanctuary onto a tank. Alright, and it looks like Junkerzam will be TPing out of this. I have one hero. And it's getting chased down by the blade. Looks like the blade, Sweet showing nowhere more is Gradient TPing. So he does reveal that he has a Tree of Life somewhere, if that's a big deal. And J33 secretly taking this base. Okay, J33 now up to 6 chims. Chimeras, however you want to pronounce them. He managed to build that after getting killed like 20 minutes in the game, and we're 4 minutes away from the 1 hour mark.
A player's forces are under attack.
Gradient, you sneaky bastard. Hiding that Tree of Life in the very corner. I don't think he'll be found out anytime soonish. Rest of Sweet just moving out. Looks like Sweet's gonna cancel J33's Tree of Life, as I'm sure all players are gonna be fighting for this little bit of wood. Tiny Great Hall gonna go down. Okay, we got Alcash pushing in the Junker's main now. That would be 76 supply versus 95. Alcash basically maxed out. This is as big as human gets. Oh, and the blade from behind. Gonna blade storm and snipe away at Alcash's mortars. Oh, but Junkerzam not defending his base. Alcash gonna TP out. But Junkerzam loses his tier 3. He loses his castle. He won't be able to remake tanks and stuff. So he's gonna have to commit money into a town hall. Yeah, there it goes. And he's gonna have to wait and to tech up. So that's nice. But it looks like Sweet's calling go. So will we see a double-pronged attack from Junker and Sweet into Alcash? And if it turns out in the end J33 wins this, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Cause, oh no, Junker's peons!
A town is under siege.
Oh!
Players' forces are under attack.
J33 revealed there's chims. No. Ooh. So So Junker knows about it if he was paying attention. At the least, he saw all this. We got Junker building another town hall in actually a pretty good spot, because that is like the last place Alcash will think to look. Alcash at 95 supply at the moment with a 10k bank, so that's pretty nice. Wait. Oh. Did it really just pause for me? Like, what the hell? Usually it doesn't do that. Oh, right. Observer got kicked.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, wait, what? What? Oh, no! Junker left! Oh, we're down to 3. We're down to Alcash, Sweet, and J33. And Gradient. Gradient managed to get his Tinker back. Because that hidden trail. What? Oh, why'd Junker leave? Oh, man. Oh, and J33 left. What? What? Oh my god, we're down.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, Gradient's Tinker getting caught. But, oh man, so it really comes down to Alcash and Sweet. Oh, I do not know what just happened. And I don't like it. Alright, Alcash pushing in the Sweet's main. Sweet with plenty of towers. Healing ward's going down. Alcash has to get those tanks in there and kill those towers.
A player's forces are under attack.
So many towers. Lucky for Alcash. He has mortars at the bottom. Blades coming in. I'm keeping my eye out for those sexy blade storms. Alright, now Blizzard going down. Stormbolt onto the blade. He's getting pretty focused down. Thunderclap and a healing wave. Healing ward trying to heal him up. Alcash right in the thick of things. Alright, now Blizzard's going down. The Tarn Chieftain does die, but he was at level 6, so he did have his reincarnation. Alright, another Stormbolt going down. That King is in avatar form. Blizzard's being used. Healing wave's going down, and Sweet's going to try to TP to get into a better position here. Alright, he's going to TP to the top of his base. Pretty much all the towers were killed. Peons probably loading the bros, and the Tyrant Chieftain goes down again. Alright, and the Archmage uses Staff of Sanctuary. Oh, and Alcash is just shredding through Sweet. More healing waves being used, more blizzards. Alright, Big Bad Voodoo being used. Keeping these orc units invulnerable. You gotta stun the Shadow Hunter. There it is. Bolt gonna stun him. Alright, Blade trying to focus down the Mountain King. The Avatar has worn off. Level 9 on the Blade Master. There's the Blade Storm. Alright, actually getting those mortars. One will be staffed away. The Blade, even though it was 29, even reveals being used to reveal him at Windwalk. More healing waves going down. Okay. Sweet barely hanging in. He's gonna TP. He TPs to his expansion. Oh, man. Oh, Gradient at the same time using the Naga's Tornado. Attacking in at Alcash's towers. Oh, God. Like, what is this? Oh, more towers going down. Level 7. Alcash TPing in.
Town is under siege.
Wait, Gradient's a she? Huh.
A player's forces are under attack.
So, right now, we got Sweet at 700 gold, 59 over 50 supply. Alcash is 7k bank, 72 supply. And Gradient at 200 gold, There's 3 heroes and a hippogriff.
A town is under siege.
Alright, now Cash is going in. Looks like he's gonna finish the job. Sweet, probably trying to hide buildings. Yes, he is.
Are under attack.
Sweet going in, trying to snipe units. I don't think Sweet realizes how much bank Cash still has. Alright, Blade going in, attacking away the tanks. Healing waves coming in from the Shadow Hunter.
The town is under siege.
Oh, Cash has a gyro. They reveal Windwalk Blade, so Sweet's got to be pretty careful with that blade. Gonna reveal himself, try to snipe away at a tank. Staff Sanctuary gonna use save that tank. I don't know. I don't think Sweet can beat this. Especially since if Cash should lose the fight, he can just rebuild his army. More burrows going down. Oh, mass teleportation! Cash chasing away at Sweet. Polymorph being used on the turn. Still just gonna chase him down. Bolt being used and everything. Oh, Polymorph lasts such a long time on non-heroed units. For those of you that don't know, if any spells such as Hex, Polymorph, Slow, whatever, if used on a hero, the duration is actually a lot less than it would be if used on, say, like a Footman or a Tauren. So, yeah, there's your little inside information.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Gradient just being a nuisance at this point, just harassing around. He's been attacking Cash. I guess he knows Cash is the top dog at the moment. Not really sure what all Gradient knows at this point. And another building's being found. Sweets, resources. He doesn't have enough to rebuild anything. Not even a burrow, not even a shop. So these buildings are gonna be the last of Sweets. Okay, he sells his items. He's actually building a burrow there. I figured he'd be hiding him somewhere else. Oh, another mass teleportation going in. Gradient using the staff of teleportation and will TP out. Mana Shield's not often you see that spell. What Mana Shield is when the Naga gets attacked, instead of her health going down, her mana goes down. And when her mana course goes to 0, the shield wears off.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, another mass teleportation. Like I said, that mass teleportation makes Cash a very mobile dude. Bolt, Thunderclap will take him down. Level 8 on the Mountain King and level 8 on the Archmage. Alright, Blade Storm going in. Will this be the last Blade Storm? It is. Sweet has left the game. We are down to Cash. Oh. Gradient was still in there, but it's probably safe to assume that he won. Not Gradient. Cash. It's probably safe to assume that Cash won that game. Alright, so if you like this cast, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to watch me play Warcraft 3, follow me on Twitch at Thendis32, and I will catch you guys later.